AI, or artificial intelligence, has massively become professional workplaces. For example, recruitment for screening CV and online tests, while for decision-making like risk promotion. And actually, AI might save time and reduce costs. However, it also reveals serious problems for workers and society. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, esteemed opponent, and distinguished member of the House. I'm Diva Laila Nafi'ah. I am from State Senior High School 1 of Ngunut Tulungagung, Java. And today, ladies and gentlemen, as a pro side, I will completely support this motion that say this House recruit the massive involvement of AI in professional workplace. Nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, you can find AI everywhere. Almost you can find it everywhere. But it means we will meet AI in the workplace. It becomes a nightmare for almost everyone. I also have fear about it. What cares more? AI has developed widely. And according to Harvard survey, 50% college students have anxiety if they will lose their job because of AI. How can you imagine that? AI refers to the development of systems that can perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence. For example, reasoning, learning, and problem solving. The direction of today's motion is around the world and the using of AI in the work environment. And we are not banning technology completely, but we simply argue that its large-scale involvement in workplace is harmful and should not be celebrated at all. Ladies and gentlemen, AI in the workplace brings many serious weaknesses. First, it can repeat odd bias from the data. For example, if companies mostly hiring men, the AI can continue to favor men and ignore qualified women. This results discrimination in hiring process. And secondly, ladies and gentlemen, many AI systems are not transparent at all. When an applicant is rejected, AI cannot explain why. Without clear reason, workers and people cannot question the decision because this damages belief and fairness. Less in the point, AI has no morals, empathy, or human judgment. Why I can say that? In a professional environment, this lack of humanity reveals a serious limitation because work is not only about a result but also fairness, dignity, and justice. AI doesn't hit everyone in the same way. How I can say that, ladies and gentlemen? It mostly damages the most helpless workers, like the ones in imitation, customer service, and creative industry. How can you imagine that? Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a data. In 2024, a global survey by the Leigh H. Harrison in Swiss revealed that 200,000 people, again, 200,000 people who lose their jobs stated that 12% AI was a factor in their layoff and 1.4% AI directly replaced their role. And now that might sound like a small percent. Good for you if you think that is a small percent, because remember that is the hundreds of thousands real people. Real people is not robots. Ladies and gentlemen, in our country, the International Labour Organization estimates up to 23 million jobs are risk of automation by 2023. So, gentlemen, now I ask, who will be affected the most? Not the CEO, not the managers, but however, the cashiers, drivers, and factory workers, the people who already live on the boundary lines. And ladies and gentlemen, this is clear where the rich companies save the money, but the poor workers pay the price with their jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude today. AI in the workplace repeat, lacks transparency, make dangerous error, and has no empathy at all, and the result is clear, like discrimination, less belief, and millions of helpless workers at risk of losing their jobs. How can they live if they're losing their jobs? Ladies and gentlemen, that is why, as the government, we firmly regret the massive involvement of AI in the professional workplace. I raise my case and thank you so much.